Howdy folks, TJ here. This is probably going to be the most excited, well not most, but as a kid I had a dream, and this dream has finally come true. I've got lots of interesting and fun computers. On the table I have three that I've purchased over the last couple of years, and now I've kind of come full circle with the next one I'm about to show you. I was kind of debating whether to get it or not, but my little TJ, when I was young, let's see, I was probably 13, 14 years old, started having a dream about this. I ended up not going in the direction of this, but I am now at almost 55 years old. Took me a while, and I'll explain maybe why I didn't originally, but I'm pumped. So what do I have in front of me right now to kind of kick things off? Well, these are the Timex Sinclair computers from the United States. Ones that I remember when I was a kid trying to decide what computer I wanted to get. At least one of them. This one here. This one came out first. But what did I buy first? I actually bought the TS2068 first. That was the first computer that I purchased and actually received around the same time as my Omni that I also enjoy. But this is awesome, a box TS2068. So I went to the big boy first. Then all of a sudden, second, I kind of went down a little bit. I purchased the 1500, which is basically a kind of kicked up a notch TS1000 or a ZX81. It's got a nicer keyboard. Kind of like the Dead Flesh keyboard on the Speccy, but the keys are actually hard. They're not soft. So it's a little different, but kind of a cool little computer. And then lastly, I purchased a fairly mint condition TS1000. I had already owned one, not boxed, that came with this computer, but I finally had bought a boxed one, so that was the last one I purchased, the boxed TS1000, which was awesome. So what am I trying to get at here? So let me move these things out of the way. I wanted to have these as a prop a little bit to kind of set the stage. By the way, I still have my TS2068 in this one, because I've got two others that are not boxed, and figured I'd keep the really clean one in the box. So what did I receive in the mail today? Ow! See, when you get old, you pop yourself on walls and stuff. Oh, when I was young, I would have been bouncing off the walls. Now I'm bouncing off the walls, but I'm getting hurt. So today it arrived. Let me, yeah, I think the video, let me make sure the video is pointing in the right direction, and then we'll do close-ups later. Let me move it down a little bit. Just a schniggles. Okay. So like I said, I wasn't quite sure where to get this because I could have used the money for other things to make my existing things do more. But heart rules sometimes. So let's go ahead and open it up, and hopefully he packed it well. I did ask, hey, kind of take extra special care. Didn't want it, you know, just coming in with no wrap. So some wrap, few bubble things, more wrap. Oh, some things that are in wrap. Let's take those out. Looks like a shoebox. Steve Madden? I don't know what Steve Madden is. Is that shoes? And, okay, so that's the box. So let's push this over here. See? Steve Madden. Yeah, those are boots. Yeah, I got some stuff on my nice shirt, some stickies. So, box with a little wrap inside. More wrap. Gotta hide this stuff. Oh, a tape. All right, so now I gotta bring it out because this is it. What did I purchase? And you probably saw it from the picture from my YouTube video, but dun dun dun, a ZX80. So let me first move this box out of the way, take a quick look, and then we'll chat about things a little bit. So let me be strategic here with cutting up the tape. Don't want to slice and dice anything. Ooh, that's kind of like a Dumb and Dumber noise, huh? I'll cut this part here. Like a doctor! So let me take a quick look at it first. A little dirtier than what the pictures show, but you know how pictures can make whites look really beautiful? It's a little heavier than expected. So, ZX80. Why the heck am I buying a ZX80? Well, let me tell you a little story. Let me kind of look around. It looks good. I think it can clean up nice. There's some scuffs and stuff, but overall it looks pretty good. So, ZX80. Why did I purchase one? So, little TJ in 1975, 76 actually, Mama and Daddy purchased me a Odyssey 2 as my first gaming system. That's when I started getting the itch for technology and games. The Odyssey had a keyboard, so I actually had a little basic programming thing that you could type in, so I felt like it was my first computer, even though it wasn't. So once I got the bug, I started saving. Back then, kids worked. I was, like I said, 13, no, when I was 76, I was only 10. So I had my first paper out. I actually had 2 paper outs. And I saved because I wanted to purchase a computer. Back then, in 76, what was it, the 77, I think the PET came out, and the Apple IIs were out. So, yeah, TJ wanted a computer. So I started saving and saving. 1980 came around, and I started seeing these in advertisements. It looked really cool, but I had by then already saved up, I think, about $1,000. I was a diligent worker. I wanted a computer. I ended up deciding on the Atari 800, and for a USA boy, that was the more practical route to go because you had color, you had sound, the gaming was pretty cool, so I ended up going that direction. I saved, and I think that Atari 800 with the cassette drive cost me $1,300. So I did really good, but you know how kids can be. Sometimes you start thinking, well, I could have bought this one for like $199, and in U.S. funds, I think it was, what, 99 pounds or whatever in U.S. I think it was, I think I've got the receipt with it that the guy sent along with it. So, I could have bought one of these and then extra stuff for it. And had kind of a whole computer system with it, and not just be an Atari 800 only and a cassette drive. I could have purchased more games and other stuff, but yeah, the color and the sound won me over. So, now I'm almost 55, and I actually posted in the Facebook groups, some of the ZX groups, saying, you know, what do? Do I use my money to really kick it up a notch for my TS1000 and 1500 and buy like the ZX Spand Plus and this other device that adds color to it? I could use about the same amount of money and really kick those up a notch. Or do I let my heart win? I felt like I would not be complete as Sinclair Society or TJ if I didn't have one of these. And the odds are it's not going to be heavily used, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to test it, I'm going to use it, and tinker with it. Ultimately, I will also buy stuff for my TS 1500 and 1000, those things that I just mentioned, adding the color, the chroma device, and ZX Spand, so I can upload, or I should say use SD cards and be able to play all the fancy new games and stuff. I will get those too. But I felt like I really needed to round out my collection. This is more of a collector item versus one that's going to really be harped on used. But I will use it. I'm the type that will try to use everything I own, alternate things around, move things that aren't getting used into its place, and put the other one to rest for a little while. So that's the goal. So let's go ahead and I'm going to adjust the camera. Let's pan in and take some close-ups of what I've received. Actually, I've got some other things here too. Let me quickly show these, and then we can show close-ups of stuff. You did a pretty good job of packing. Everything's got some bubble wrap around it. Now, I'm just hoping everything works. It was, you know, advertised as working, and the amount of money I spent on this, it was a lot of money. Most sane folks wouldn't have done it, but maybe I'm not quite sane, so there's that one. So what's this? This is your typical TV box. It would have been cool if he had the original box for this. That would have been awesome. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. At this point, getting one that's in fairly clean shape, that's supposed to be working with some extras, I think I did all right. AC adapter. And this one is from USA, and supposedly the right AC adapter for it. So cool. And then a tape. No idea what's on here, but he sent a tape. And then some paraphernalia. And we'll, maybe I'll adjust the camera now and then show you off the paraphernalia here next. So, oh, don't do that. Oh. All right, I'll be right back. Let's adjust the camera. All right. Let's shimmy some of this stuff out of the way a little bit. So the ZX80 looks pretty dang good. Here's a little bit of a close-up, and hopefully everything's coming in all right. Here's the front. Some stuff that I think could clean off. It's a little yellowed in some spots, but overall it's not too bad. Here's the wonderful vents to let it heat dissipate. Painted on. Sinclair ZX80. That looks good. This little sticker here that has the functions. So keyboard looks all right. So there's the front. Hold it in a couple of different spots. And then here is the back. And again, this is the USA model. So on the back it does say model number ZX80 USA. Hold it in a few different positions here. All this looks all right. Here's the little stickers that talks about what you're plugging in. So on the back, you've got the power port and the earphone and mic jack for the cassette recorder, the TV jack. It looks like it's a little askew. Hopefully my little adapter plugs in okay. It looks like it's moved down a little bit. So it may hopefully plug in okay. So there's that, and then your expansion bus. And that's it. You don't have anything else. It's a very, you know, most of you have already probably watched videos on this. It's got little plastic rivets that hold this top plate on. But it is a beautiful looking, I mean, could you imagine, this almost looks like, what was it, Battle Zone? And you're shooting at it. Kind of looks like a little one of those tanks, a ZX80 tank, right? So there's the ZX80. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and look at some of these other things. I probably shouldn't have sat down. Pooh, I'm getting old though. So what else did it come with? It came with this little sync brochure, a magazine, which I do not own any. So I need to start keeping my eye open for that. And this is a nice little flyer. It has sync here. Whoa. I'll read all this fun stuff later, but just wanted to kind of show you. Here's a neato brochure. And then they wrote on this direction, get in sync. And it has all this fun information. So cool. I'll enjoy reading that later. I enjoy reading old stuff. So a sync brochure. Like I said, a cassette tape. No idea what's on here. Could be asterisk porn for all I know. The TV adapter, which I will not use. And the AC adapter, which I will be using. ZX80 personal computer system, a little booklet from 1980, Image Computer Products. That's cool. So, hey, look at that. It's got Sir Clive Sinclair. Sweet. Picture of him in here. Sinclair Research Limited. And then it also has Image Computer Products, Inc. So they must have been the folks in the USA that were importing it over or selling it on their behalf No idea. I'd have to research that. But cool, a little booklet. This looks like it's 18 pages or so, and it's got some stuff that you could basically buy. It's a catalog of stuff to buy. So that's cool. Programs for the Sinclair ZX80. Nice big booklet, and there is some paperwork in here. So this booklet, 1K ZX80. But let's go to this. And by the way, I believe the gentleman I purchased this from is the original owner. So I am now the second owner of this fine specimen. Image Computer Products. Here is a receipt dating 8/31/81. 30 programs for the ZX80. So that's a receipt for the book. So that was a receipt for the book. 1981, $16.95 is what he ended up spending with shipping and handling. Shipping and handling was only $2. Man, that was a deal back then. All right, so there's that receipt. So maybe that's why he had it in here. Next up is the A Course in Basic Programming. This is the actual book for learning how to program on your new, fresh, minted ZX80 and how to connect it up and get started. So awesome, came with that. And let's see what else. Syntax ZX80, a publication of the Harvard Group, a letter. And then a letter from Sinclair. Talks about the 16 RAM cartridge, other things, repairs. So all fun things that I'll get to read. Image Computer Products, again, another little piece of paperwork. A lot of stuff I'll have to read just to kind of see what it shows. The Harvard Group, a little mail-in card. And now you can play Super Invasion on your ZX80. So cool. Now I had thought, at least in the, maybe I have to look a little closer, could have swore that there was a picture of the original receipt for this one, unless I'm mixing it up with another one in my head. Let me quickly look and then we'll close out the video. That's the computer book. I don't know, just book. Both of these were the books, so maybe he kept that. Maybe he didn't want his information on that. I'll have to go back and look at the ad. I was hoping to have that because that would have been fun little addition to have. I could have swore that it was in that, but like I said, maybe it was a different auction that I was looking at the same time because there's a number of them on eBay at the same time. So anyway, so TJ now owns a ZX80 computer. Next step is to actually plug things in and make sure they work. So wish me luck. Hopefully everything works as advertised, and then I'll make a boot up video. And then at some point we'll try to connect a cassette player to it. I've got the Sinclair 2020. Try to connect that up and load something. So anyway, almost 55, and a little dream did come true. ZX80, I now own one after originally owning the Atari 800 and still having one. Not my original, mind you. But awesome. Thanks for watching the video. I'm pumped. Ready to go connect this up and give it a whirl. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See ya. Peace.